Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Nigerian Bar Association demands justice for the victims of herders' attacks in Benue communities as it embarks on fact-finding mission to the troubled state. Governor Fayose moves to douse tension in Ekiti State following an attack by suspected herdsmen on a community in the state. People's Democratic Party, the PDP, resolves post-convention dispute, with splinter group says that party now united for the 2019 election contest. And his blame game as the US Senate fails to pass a new budget and prevent the shutdown of the government. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website. It's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb, where you can find our videos. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from your respective stores. While the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the eyewitness feature, which you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. As the story of herdsmen attacks continues to dominate public discussions, Ekiti State government is leaving nothing to chance at ensuring that the citizens of the state are safe. Governor Ayodele Fayose wants the people to live in peace with others who are non-indigent of the state. Governor Fayose made the comments during a meeting with stakeholders from the Fulani community and leaders of host communities in Ekiti State following a recent attack in Idosi community where a pregnant woman was killed.
Leaders of the Fulani community arriving for the stakeholders meeting with Governor Ayo Fayose, members of their host communities and farmers at the State House in Ado-Ekiti. The open session is an opportunity for everyone, particularly the victims of the attack, to speak on the issues bothering them and also allow the governor understand the situation.
The woman they killed was inside with her husband sleeping. They wanted to go into the room. That woman was pushing the door. No, the place there is not a building. They just make stashing. So one Fulani now climb up. Now shoot on the woman struggling with the door. Now the husband now ran out.
It was quite a hectic time for the governor as the meeting lasted for hours.
You must respect the views of others.
Witnesses say the herdsmen armed with guns invaded a farm in Idosi local government area at night to rob residents and unleash terror. James Moses, a resident of the area, narrates how he was close to being killed.
Actually, when I come outside, I saw the gun in hand. I attack him with the gun. I drag the gun, me and him. Instantly, we have dragged the gun, me and him. So I can't see another man who is coming. I can't say, if I leave this man or starting drawing this gun with this man, they will kill me here. So I can't push the man away and start running. Instantly we are running. Another man come, they shoot me. I run, enter bush. If not, then they cut me for a year.
Our case is so sympathetic since we have dams around us. So during the dry season, when there is no water everywhere, they will still get water in our place. We didn't say they should not come and drink the water. Let them drink the water and graze and go away and stop destroying our farmlands. So we are just appealing to them. Because we don't have trouble. We don't want trouble in our place.
But there's just one message from Governor Fayose, and that's for them to embrace peace and ensure security of lives and property.
We believe that when we are together as a nation, we are stronger. But it is not in our interest that living together must be taking lives of people they are living with. That is not the best thing to do.
As these stakeholders call for a solution to the nagging challenge, everyone is hopeful that this sad incident will not happen again.
In other security concerns, 4 foreigners kidnapped by suspected gunmen in Kaduna State this week have regained their freedom. The Kaduna State Commissioner of Police, Agiole Abe, says that the 2 Americans and 2 Canadians were found during the joint operation by officers of the Inspection General Anti-Kidnapping Squad, the Counterterrorism Unit, and the Kaduna State Police Command in Kagarko local government area. One of those suspected to be involved in the abduction is now in police custody, though. Nate Vengees, John Curling, Rachel Kelly, and Dean Slocum were kidnapped on Tuesday on their way to Kavancheng to inspect an ongoing solar project. All 4 have been handed over to the officials of the American Embassy in Abuja.
Because of the nature of the crime, the Inspector General of Police sent in his special response team and the chopper and the anti-kidnapping unit of the command here joined in the team, and other special response teams all converge at Kagarko and manhunt for these hoodlums resulted to serious pressure, and I am happy to let you know this morning that the team on patrol sighted the white men emerging from the bush, and immediately went and rescued them. And as I speak, they are with their company officials who are from also their country, Canada, and receiving attention. And also, I want to inform you that they are in good condition, and however, they are undergoing medical examination to determine whether they have any medical concern.
It appears Nigeria's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, has finally put its house in order following the crisis that broke out after its national convention last year. After hours of conciliation meeting in Abuja, a former national chairman of the party, Okwesilieze Nwodo, explains that the party is now united and ready to wrestle power at the center in 2019. The former chairman of the PDP splinter group, Mr. Olukayode Akindele, on his part expressed optimism that the reconciliation will stand the test of time.
The cracks that you notice have been completely sealed off. Today, the fresh PDP has collapsed, and all its members have reintegrated into the mainstream of the PDP. The People's Democratic Party National Working Committee is aware of this reconciliation and supports it to the hilt. We are also in close touch with the chairman of the Board of Trustees and the committee that the Board of Trustees have set up.
We have received assurances from our leaders here that this will be addressed. And today, while it marks the end of fresh PDP, is the beginning of a PDP that is caring and that wants to address issues that may affect it in the primaries. We've been having these meetings not just today, for a long time. Our executive meeting was held at 5:30 this a.m. in the interest of the nation and the party, so that we will not have a parallel NWC come Monday.
To some health stories now, a new case of Lassa fever has been confirmed at the Federal Medical Center, Lokoja, in Kogi State. The victim is one of the doctors in the hospital. The Chief Medical Director at the FMC, Lokoja, Dr. Olatunde Alabi, confirmed that the male doctor was diagnosed of the disease on January the 19th. That was yesterday. He explains that the 30-year-old doctor has gone through a series of medical tests, and his blood samples sent to the Federal Medical Center, Irua, in Edo State, where he tested positive to the Lassa fever. The victim has been evacuated to Irua for further treatment, while those who had contact with him have been placed under surveillance. In recent times, most streets of Lagos have not been such a good sight to behold, as they are littered with refuse, with residents complaining of the health implications to this. But the state government has been explaining why the environment has been left unattended to, resulting in the heaps of refuse seen in parts of the metropolis. According to the Commissioner of Information, Mr. Kainde Bamigbeto, the state government is introducing the Cleaner Lagos initiative because the private operators could no longer cope with the responsibility. He was speaking on our program, Sunrise.
The past 6-7 days, we've been doing 24-hour evacuation of refuse all over the city. And with the recent resolution of our issues with the PSP operators, we expect to have more trucks now helping us to evacuate the refuse. Of course, there is a history to this whole matter. The first is that we felt that we could have a cleaner Lagos than we used to have. We had issues already with the PSP operators. People were complaining that they were not paying them very, very well. Our residents were owing PSP operators. Because of that inflow of cash, not being much, many of the PSP operators were not able to change their compactors on time. And so our pickup time became lengthier and lengthier. And of course, we began to find almost the original basis for people going to put their refuse on the media. So that was, look, we cannot be stuck with this PSP thing. We needed to go out of that system. In the Cleaner Lagos initiative, you don't need to pay directly to the company. We have a utility levy that everybody pays every year. And so it's the government that takes this money and pays the company, so that there will not be anyone whose refuse will not be picked on account of not paying on a daily basis. And you knew that when we started PSP in 2003, 2004, that was the system. You were not paying for your refuse. Government was paying. If your waste is not picked, we have a monitoring system that ensures that your waste is picked, and whoever is negligent will be taken for it.
And now a look at the situation of things in Lagos and efforts by the government to rid the state of filth and manage the waste generated daily.
Pollution is one of the most dangerous environmental issues affecting the world today. Water pollution causes reduction in safe drinking water, just as air pollution leads to health risks and damages the ecosystem. In Lagos State, southwest Nigeria, solid waste management has posed its own challenge. The over 20 million inhabitants of the state produce large amounts of solid waste in the form of paper, plastic, metal, food, and other materials. These are collected and dumped in landfill sites in different parts of Lagos State. According to the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA, in 2014, the waste generated by residents hit 13,000 metric tons daily. The state has 3 major landfill sites and 2 temporary ones. Among them are the Olushosun landfill site, which receives approximately 40% of the total waste, and the Abule Egba landfill site located in Alimosho local government area. Others are Solus site, situated along Iba Road. Solus 2 is on 7.8 hectares of land, and Solus 3, a new site with approximately 5 hectares of land. Each of these sites is set to receive an average of about 2,250 metric tons of waste per day. Of recent, piles of garbage heaped on streets and roads have been a common sight. That situation was the result of the decision by the Lagos State government to end its contract with the private operators engaged to clear waste from residential areas.
I've not been able to provide them with enough bins or dino bins or places where they can put the dirt. They cannot leave the dirt in their house. So they must find a channel to get it out. So blame comes back to government. We have a partnership that provides 500 brand new compactors without me paying 1 naira yet. They will clean Ikorodu, they will clean Ayobo, they will clean Badagry the same way they clean Victoria Island.
That promise now appears to have materialized with the commissioning of the new scheme. For months, Lagos residents waited for the takeoff of this initiative and are hoping that the days of competing with heaps of refuse for space are over and that the promise to make the state one of the cleanest in the world will now become a reality.
When the news at 10 returns, we have more on the Lagos State's waste management. We'll be speaking to an environmentalist, Dara Oshodi. Plus, Fitch Ratings affirms Lagos State long-term foreign and local currency issuer default ratings B+. And that's on business news. Join us again.